It was amazing. Both of them doctors are amazing doctors. They are just phenomenal in what they do. I can't sing enough praises for them, because particularly Dr. Barnett and Dr. Hale. Dr. Barnett saved my life. Dr. Hale helped me get back on my feet. He told me he's a surgeon. He said, if I have to do surgery, but we won't know until we check, make sure the antibiotics are either working or not working. So he said, I'm like, surgery, Doc, what do you mean, sir? He said, well, you know, if we have to, you know, do surgery, it means that we have to clean you out, because maybe some of the septic have gotten into your system. Then they put me into a room. I really got to the hospital room, steady monitoring it. And then that's when he was looking at me, and he came by and he touched my stomach, and I said, Doc, my stomach's still bloated. Something's not right. I shouldn't be this bloated. And he said, well, that's when the MRI came in again, and that's when he discovered that the colon pockets had burst. When I met both doctors, I'm like, why we need both doctors? We got the emergency room doctor here telling me I'm sick, and I got the surgeon saying I may have to do surgery. I'm like, wait a minute, this is not what I want to hear. So I was kind of like concerned, but I wasn't feeling real bad. You know, it's kind of like a silent kind of thing. You know, it was bad internally. Externally, I wasn't feeling that bad. Not until I started to throw up. That's when I finally knew something was serious, because all of the antibiotics they were putting into me, whatever was on my stomach, I threw up. And it was most of that septic. And then it came back the next day, and I was telling him about my experience. He said, yeah, we're gonna do another x-ray, kind of see what's going on. And that's how we got to the second phase of it. And that was the most spookiest part. That was another 4-hour surgery. It happened so quickly that it was like, we need to get you in and get you in like now. And that's when it got real serious. That's when I say, well, it's something going on that really, really concerning me now, because I don't know how far this has went, whether or not I'm gonna have to, you know, keep an ostomy bag for life. I mean, all these questions and all these thoughts were coming. He said, because we got to it in a timely fashion, we can reverse it. We're gonna make sure that your colon's strong enough, the infection hasn't traveled, so we don't have to cut a whole lot of you. If we have to take a whole lot of your colon, then you'll have this in. But for my particular case, they only cut some of it off. And then when he went back in for the second surgery, they did another look at it. And I think they trimmed a little bit more just to make sure that they got everything. And then he said, you got enough left that we can reconnect everything. And so that's how we got to the reconnection. He was confident in what his craft is. I mean, he was real confident. He's done numerous of these surgeries. He was telling me about the reversal process, and he was saying, you're at a point now where it can be reversed, but it's going to be 6 to 8 months before I could really determine if that's the case. I got out of the hospital early part of February, and that's when the 6 months to 8 months of bag carrying took place. And he was talking to me throughout the entire process. Asking me how the stool was. And then the nurses was saying, you know, how is your stool? How's things coming? Are you having any issues? Is any pain? Is there any discomfort? Because they taught me how to change the bag, you know, how to put the bag on, how to take it off, how to clean around, because it's an open wound. And so you go through this process, which was tedious, but necessary in order to, you know, keep you living. What's really kind of scary a little bit, because he said, well, I'm gonna do this robotic thing, and if I can't do the robotic because it's just too much scar tissue, I'm gonna have to open you up again. I'm like, oh no, Doc, come on. But he got in, he did what he had to do. It was to my advantage. He didn't have to reopen me, and the robotic thing did its thing, and they got me back on my feet. So it was still a journey. It was a long journey from February of this year to now. My life had just shifted. Great, I feel good. So everything's working pretty well, it really is. Tell them that's where you need to go, because they take pride and they have very high level of confidence in what they do. First time I ever met Dr. Barnett, first time I ever met Dr. Hale, both of them told me, don't worry, I got you.